sequences. And now it's my pleasure to ask Dr. Zhu Yan Mei from the Genomics Institute in Beijing,
Yes.
where I think you've brought sequencing down to a very cheap,
Yes.
affordable level.
Right. Yeah. Actually, we create the trend of the sequencing. So I have a quick presentation.
Yes, please.
Actually, we not call Beijing Genomics Institute because 7 years before we moved from Beijing to Shenzhen. Now we are a totally private organization. So the dawn of life area, that's my topic. Why? Several years before, when I first visited Nobel Museum in Sweden, I saw this long ruler. It's a 2 meters ruler. One size is 200 big event. The other one is a 200 science and technology breakthrough. So it surprised me in the last year, 2000. It's a human genome project almost completely deciphered. Actually, it's not completely deciphered because that project spent 13 years and 1,000 scientists joined the project. So it takes $3.8 billion to sequence one human genome. But you see now, of course, everybody will ask gene, what's the relationship between gene and the disease? Actually, it's very closely related to us, including birth defect, also the infectious disease, and also the cancer of the chronic disease. So every kind of disease very closely related to your genes. Of course, not only the gene from parents, also from your gut bacteria. So that's the right light is the Moore's law. Everybody knows Moore's law, how revolution the IT area. The green one is the cost of per genome. Actually, at the beginning of the 2000, BGI founded in 1999, and then we moved to Shenzhen in 2007. So you see the first point, the second point, and in 2010 we bought 128 sequencer. So actually we create a market for sequencing, and at that time we occupied 40% market globally. And in last year we launched our own sequencer. Thus we reduced the cost of genome to 1,000. So in last 50 years, from $3.8 billion to $1,000. We are very confident in the next 3 years, we will reduce the cost to $100. This picture from the Singularity University, the chairman of bioinformatics, Roman Macaulay, gave a lesson to the EMBA students. So you see the BGI in the middle. Actually, BGI opened a door for new world. Why? What's a new world? We just transformation from industrial area to the life area. And I would like to say what's the secret of the world, the changing the world. We know the world is changing. So what's the secret? Like look back the 200 years history. These three kind of product or invisible product like service change the world. The first one is a private car. And Ford Model T make every family have a car because of cheap. I think we still remember the slogan of Ford is every family have a car. And the second, the information is now PC, like the Wintel system, and Google as smartphone changed the world totally. So that's Moore's law create that. And in the next stage, that's why I mentioned the rule of the Noble's law, because that's milestone for this century. So I think genome sequencing, we call it the super Moore's law, will totally change. As a radical change, it's a paradigm shift. So what's the sequence? It's a low cost, high production, also the high throughput, we call in sequencing, and accessible for everybody. So that's our target. We will make the genome sequencing affordable and accessible to everybody. And that's the BGI triangle. BGI is a very unique organization. We have a research institute. Actually, we published the top journal papers, over 40 papers on the top journal, like Cell, New England, Nature and Science. Up to now, we already published 250 papers on these 4 kind of journals. And we also have the industrial side. We have our own clinical service company. Now it's already, it will be listed on the, in public. It already 10 billion US dollars is valued. And the other side, we benefit the society. We just cut the cost and the price of the sequence genome. And so we pay more attention about the society. But at the core, our advantage is the big data, large sample, and full coverage populations. We believe the high quality data, full coverage data, will much greater than AI and deep learning. Of course we need, but first you need the high quality data. So one person I have to mention is the former president of Imperial College of London. He say, BGI is not only innovating, you are changing the way of innovation. So actually we integrated basic research and the industry and the popular livelihood. So we call it the BGI triangle. We already sequencing 5 million people. So because the time limited, I don't want to mention too much. The first one, the NIPT, is a non-invasive prenatal testing. It's a disruptive technology. So we already finished 1.6 million people. And now the global healthcare challenges is 3 of the big challenges: aging population and younger cancer patient. The last one is a serious birth defect, especially in a developing country. So how we can face the challenge? What we can do for that? I have to mention the story of the Cyprus. In 1973, Cyprus initiated a national program. They collaborated with the scientists, with the church, with the government. They just reduced of the thalassemia. So, of course, as a developing country, it's do much better than UK, than Italy. So I think it's a time to be cooperated with each other between developing country and developed country. So that's a paradigm shift, as I mentioned. You need many changes in this area. So we need new discovery. So scientists should pay a lot of effort, and the technologies should be developed, and the management even should be changed. That's why we built up a very unique organization. It's not like a company, and the ethics of of course, need to change policy and culture. So I think so many changes, not only one country can face, we should collaborate with each other. So that's a photo from the elevator. You see, the three most important H is health, happiness, and hope. So I think it's time to initiate a war on disease. So Biden already needs the cancer moonshot initiated by Obama, and but not only in the developed country. I think we should work together, and that's the most brilliant things in BGI. Not the sequencing, not the cost and the speed, but I think the vision. The vision is the omics for all, for better life. So I think, despite of challenge and difficult, we should work together. We should don't forget, not only don't be evil, we should always for good. Thank you so much.